just got some coffee, I got some food, and I'm probably gonna go do some outdoor climbing. I just got a new crash pad, aka a bouldering pad, and I've been wanting to try it out, and I think today is the perfect day to do it. It's kind of weird how invested I've gotten into climbing this last year. In fact, I started climbing probably around this time, maybe in December-ish. Maybe I picked up on it in November and then decided to actually try it out in December. So it's kind of interesting full circle that probably around this time is when I started looking into climbing and trying it out, which is really interesting because I've never really been an athletic person in the first place. The state of my room reflects what stage of the creative process I'm in. If it's clean and orderly, it probably means I don't have very many creative projects I'm working on at the moment, if any. But when my room looks like a whirlwind, it's usually a good sign I'm working on several projects with tight deadlines approaching. Stop eating, stop sleeping, stop showering, stop socializing. If I had plants, they'd all be dead by this point. As you can probably guess, it's probably not the most healthiest lifestyle for someone to be living. I try not to fall into this state too often, but there are some seasons where things just feel like it gets more and more overwhelming. My brain tends to go pretty haywire in this state where I feel like I have a million voices in my head at once, just constantly talking, constantly processing. At the height of this pressure, I felt like I was really going insane. The thoughts began to pile up. Don't forget to attend the business meeting at 10 today. Revisions are due tomorrow. Did I remember to charge my batteries last night? Need to resize that video to 672 by 384. The golden ratio exists where the line is divided into two parts. The longer section divided by the smaller section. Whether this is section divided by the smaller section. To get to tomorrow or less than those sleep so bad. Only it's late. Don't forget to fill out scholarships for my Fridays before I automatically drop. Your delta eat to the bed exit. They are colleges. I got it off property tax by fear to get 1064. Time for this. Allows capital fading. Wasting my time. Test option. Test. She's so glad she's not about to test lives that are obstacles. I know. In Spanish present progressive truth validated intelligence will continue to do Photoshops. You see show you this English to be self-love just evolves silence. What was this all for? Those who expected too much from me didn't even know me. Those who were closest to me expected nothing from me. On one end, a machine expected to continue to go above and beyond expectations. On the other, a bum of a college dropout, falling behind the pack in a penniless career. I was a shell of a human and a shell of an artist. By this point, I was just trying to make it through the day. Nothing interested me. I hated making art. I was barely eating. I developed sleep insomnia. Anytime I wasn't actively working on a class project or attending a meeting or freelancing, I was just in front of my computer surfing YouTube videos in a vegetative state. One day, however, I came across a video of this stocky Norwegian climber named Magnus Midtbo. Even though I didn't care about rock climbing at the time, his stuff was entertaining. Pretending to be a new climber, free soloing with Alex Honnold in Nevada, pulling off insane looking acrobatic stunts in the climbing gym. My hands and feet would get clammy from watching. My adrenaline would start pumping. There's a little climbing wall at the rec center at my college. It was free to try, so I figured, let's see what this is all about. Let me be the first to say that climbing is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Some moves look straightforward, yet take an absurd amount of strength to do, or are more awkward than you anticipated. Your hands get scraped up from the rough texture. Falling from 15 feet in the air feels a lot higher than it looked from the ground. You wake up sore in areas you didn't know could get sore, but there's something intoxicating about it. Sweet. Here we are. Hopefully I don't die. Enough. Nope. Not good enough. There we go. Oh, nice and easy. Okay. Come on. Where's the top? Oh, I should have scouted this out. I'm not trying to die on Thanksgiving. I did about as well as I expected. I've only been climbing for a year, so the fact that I was able to get most of the top and down safely, and that overhang, I definitely overestimated that overhang. It's quite hard to get over, but I mean, it doesn't help that I also haven't had a chance to practice a lot of those mantling moves, which is like when you have to like get over a ledge, just because you don't really run into it in the gym, at least the gym I'm at. Climbing is very calming and relaxing and kind of meditative, but at the same time, extremely nerve-wracking and kind of scary. Especially things like this where, you know, if I had slipped my grip at the very top there, I definitely would have gone to the hospital, even with this little mat cushion, because, I mean, as you can see, there's not a lot of clearance, and so if I miss it or if I fall off of it, then I'm probably going to get caught by this probably, but it's still going to hurt like crazy. I think the thing that's really drawn me to the sport is my own rehumanization. And what I mean by that is, for me at least, getting really burnt out on my creative projects. I feel like over time I've become more and more of a machine and just kind of set aside that level of humanness within me, that ability to empathize with others, the ability to empathize with myself, to emotionally respond to others and myself, to be able to digest and contemplate my own thoughts and my own emotional process and stuff. I'm just getting really bottled up in that regard. So I don't know what it is about climbing. Maybe it's because it feels like you're gonna die most of the time. Well, not most of the time, but there's definitely times where you're climbing something really sketchy, really, whether it's indoors or outdoors. Your fight or flight response definitely kicks in and gets turned on to overdrive. And I think just that stimulus is enough for me to like be able to withdraw from my daily life and actually consider just my own experiences in my life. I've realized from my time climbing I had allowed the pressure of people's judgments to get to me. I'd be lying if I said it still doesn't get to me at times, but when I'm climbing, I'm in my own little world away from the expectations of others. Away from needing to be acknowledged by the world around me, away from needing to be validated as a meaningful existence, away from needing to prove that I'm a winner. These days, I just want to be me.
Even if you never flown before, you can take a chance and try once more.